Welcome. We are here at the Norman F. Feldheim Central Library in San Bernardino, where tonight's City Council meeting is going to take place. And I'm going to speak about what happened to me and police misconduct, and they violated my constitutional rights. And we're going to let the mayor know about it. And I already confirmed I can record inside. And so you implying that it is a blanket problem and just reflecting your own personal ordeal. I can only speak what happened to me, but clearly they're probably doing it to a lot of people. But I can't sue them for suing other people's or for violating other people's constitutional rights. I wasn't there, so but I'm sure it's happening. They clearly don't know the law and our rights. But it's probably a blanket problem, absolutely, for sure. And it's not the first time they've violated my constitutional rights. It's happened before. Have you heard from other people, friends, neighbors, that this has happened to them also? No. Most people say they're too scared to stand up for their rights, and they just do everything the police tell them to do. But that's not the case. Oh my God, what are we doing? Did you see my video about when I was placed into handcuffs? I'm speaking out. I'm speaking. The city council meetings here tonight. The mayor and the city attorney will be there, and the entire city council. So I'm going to speak up. I made a speech. I have 3 minutes to make a speech, and I signed up already. Actually, can have a class action lawsuit. I think I don't know if class actions would apply to police interactions. I don't know. I don't know how that would work. So we're going to go in at 5 o'clock. We got a little time to kill, but I already signed up to speak. I prepared a 3-minute speech. Hopefully I can get it all out in 3 minutes or less. And I'm going to speak my mind to the mayor and the city attorney and the city council. So we're here in San Bernardino. I'm going to walk over here because you and your water. I just drank a bottle of water in my car right before I started the stream. So this is the library. I'll show you around. And this is you can record in the library within reason. You can't disrupt other people or harass other people. But it is a public building, and your First Amendment rights apply in public areas, including public buildings like public libraries. So here's the agenda for tonight's meeting, and they have a closed session going on right now. You can still walk in there. Interesting enough, this lawsuit here, Brian Pellis, he's a former, I looked it up real quick, he's a former police officer, and he is suing the city of San Bernardino for retaliatory actions, including things like he wasn't promoted, or might have been demoted, or gone under some sort of employment punishment of some kind, or maybe even fired. I don't know. I don't have all the details of it. He's a former police officer. He spoke up about sexual misconduct from people that were higher up in the police department, and they punished him for speaking up. I don't know if they fired him or what, or demoted him, or docked his pay, or I don't know what happened exactly, but that's what that lawsuit's about. More police corruption in the San Bernardino Police Department. So they're discussing this lawsuit in there right now. And then 5 o'clock, the open session begins. They're going to do an update and then public comments. That's what I'm here for. And then they're going to go through a bunch of other items for the city here. And what happened to your Disney Channel? Stay tuned. We'll do more of that soon. So I've seen videos of other people, other First Amendment auditors and things, and they go to public, city council meetings like this, and they try to prevent them from recording inside the building. And you can't do that. It's your right to do it. So I already asked them, and I can record in here, right? They said, sure. They said, it's your First Amendment right. I said, fantastic, because I'm going to record. To be clear, it's a travel channel. It's not a Disney channel. I just happen to have Disney content on there. But there was a homeless guy over here yelling when I first pulled in. So let's see if... Oh, look at this sign. This area is not a public park. No longer open to the public for use as a public park. Loitering and other violations will result in criminal citation. No shopping carts, no camping, no littering. Library and library parking lots remain open to the public. Sure, I traveled to the courts. I traveled to the public library. Got my car, I drove down the road. Sure I did. Most court proceedings are open to the public. Anybody can go to. This is not a court, by the way. It's a public library and a city council meeting. So they got cannons out here pointed at the roadway, and what they do is when you say you know your rights and you don't want to roll the window down, they say fire. And just kidding. I'm trying to get a shot of this without the sun. Dedicated to those who sacrificed so much and preserved our country under one flag. Yeah, and that flag does not have any thin blue lines on it. It only has red and white lines. Because it represents everybody, not just police. Dedicated to those who rallied around the flag to give freedom to Cuba and the Philippines. Dedicated to those who established a government of the people, by the people, for the people. Not by the government, not for the government. There it is. Dedicated to those who carried the flag for freedom and gave us this beautiful Southwest. And that's what I'm here for today, to stand up for my rights that were violated. I'm going to speak out. Nobody should tolerate having your rights violated. Nobody. I don't know. I have no idea who that is. He looks like a Civil War guy. And the date on the pedestal here, 1861 to 1865, and it's got different dates as you go around. 1898 to 1902, 1776 to 1812, 1846 to 1848. So it's probably Civil War era. I don't know. Let's look at the cannons. I have no idea who it is specifically. Oh, it's got stuff inscribed on the end. 1865. Wow. Can you see anything in there? Bam! Just kidding. 1862, this one. Wow, that's cool. All right, let's see if that homeless guy is still ranting over here. Have you seen these news reports these mysterious monoliths just appear around the country and nobody knows who put them there. Just overnight, they'll just appear. Okay, I see the homeless guy. He's still standing over there. Let's see. I think he's got mental illness or maybe drug addiction, but sometimes it's hard to differentiate between the two: alcohol addiction, drug addiction, and mental illness. But he's over here at a bench on the sidewalk, just kind of yelling at people. So here's my speech. I spent a few minutes last night and I rehearsed it out loud so I could get it under 3 minutes. That's your time limit. Good luck. Yeah, come back at 5 o'clock. That's when the meeting starts, if you're leaving. I'm going to zoom in on this. He's kind of behind the, in between the tree and the pole there. Anyway, homeless solution is complicated, but one thing is for sure: the solution is not just to leave them out on the street in the elements, and that's not the solution. They need help, these people. Even if they don't want it, they need help. You can't just leave them out on the street like that. Staying for the circus. Random aluminum things. You talking about the cannons? Give them, they don't want jobs. That's the problem. Can't force them. And then they don't want drug treatment programs because they want to keep doing the drugs. They don't want to have to follow rules. So they don't want to live into these assisted living facilities. Yeah, plus they get free money. You're right. They get food stamps, and they call it something else now. I still call it food stamps, but free health benefits, everything. So why would you want to work and then work 40 hours a week for the same stuff? And when you know they can get a job, your concern disappears. If they're able to work, they should be working. But a lot of them are not able to because of substance abuse issues and mental health issues. And there need to be better programs for that. And back in the day, they used to be state mental hospitals, and they were all closed down. Ronald Reagan closed them all down, most of them. There's still a couple around. But back in the day, you would be rounded up and put into these hospitals when you refused help and stuff. And I think they should still do that. But then there's lawsuits that's not constitutional, and it's akin to being imprisoned, and so it's not a simple solution. Anyway, I've never been to this library, so we're going to walk around, check it out. And then we can go inside anytime. I can go inside and sit whenever I'm ready. The meeting starts at 5. just get a roll of tickets. Everyone shows up and takes a number, like building the Golden Gate Bridge. You get paid in cash at the end of the day. Yeah, that's one idea. It's not going to stop their drug addiction or alcohol addiction, but at least they would work and contribute to society in some way. So that's at least a partial solution. And that would, if that was a government project like the Golden Gate Bridge, that would probably pay pretty well too. Anyway, more parking on this side. Now this is some sort of office. There's a sign there that says authorized personnel only, trespassers prohibited. I can walk right up to that sign but not go past it if I want to, but I don't need to go over there. They can use the money they earn getting their fix. Mercury free to F off your life, yeah. Amsterdam is, I went to the Netherlands, and Amsterdam, well, the Netherlands in general. Here's an entrance, but it's closed to the public. You have to go around the other side. But they have more of an approach to tolerance. So what they'll do is they set up little centers, little buildings you can go to. And they have needles, and they have the drugs you need, and you shoot up there and do your drugs there, and that way they know they're in a safer place, in a safe environment to get their fix, and they're not, wandering around in traffic or whatever. So, and they don't criminalize a lot of the drug use there, but there's places you can go. So it's more of an approach to tolerance. So the sign says, celebrate, oh, I just missed it. Celebrate 40 years of Feldheim, Monday, September 29th, 4 to 7. I wonder what they did, some sort of event here. That's cool. Bicycle parking here. Whole other level there, you were solving the homeless situation. One thing at a time here, yeah. But their prison population's a lot less, and crime is a lot less than here in the United States, so maybe it works. So we're going to go in, maybe 20 more minutes we'll go in. I've got an email. Okay, my mail was delivered. You never know. Therapist numbers? Trust. There it goes. Spell check. Spell. What's it called? Corrective spelling. You don't trust numbers, not since 20 years. Well, that's true. I mean, any kind of, especially in business and government, any kind of reports that come out that have statistics on it, sales, they have creative ways of presenting the numbers to make it look better than they really are. So that's pretty, and they always want it to look better than last year or last month or last week or whatever, the last quarter. Autocorrect, thank you, that's the word I was looking for. And I brought my glasses today because I can read it pretty well, but just in case. Got my glasses. So yeah, I shared my video with a lot of First Amendment auditor style channels, and one of them, probably one of my favorite ones, responded. His name is Sean Paul Reyes, otherwise better known as Long Island Audit, and he responded. He said he was very interested in my case. He would like to get it out to more people and share it, but before he does, he wants to see the body camera footage. So when I get that, I'll compile the whole thing, my footage, along with their body camera footage, into one video, one cohesive video, and share that with him. And he will hopefully publish that on his channel and share that around. And he's got over 1 million subscribers, so that's going to be a big national media attention if he shares my video on what happened to me. Okay, without water for 3 minutes speed. I don't know, I might pass out. We'll see. But yeah, I watch these videos every day of like these, DUI checkpoints or police interactions, or police overexerting their authority and arresting people for stupid things. They have no, they use these general charges that don't really apply, like you're obstructing, you're causing a disturbance. Like, no, I'm not obstructing anything or just causing any kind of disturbance. I'm just recording. That's just the act of recording is not creating a disturbance or obstructing anything. Well, we need to see your ID. No, I'm not giving you my ID. You have to have a RAS for that. And then they say, well, we'll arrest you for failure to ID. You can't arrest me for failure to ID unless you're accusing me of a crime. What crime do you accuse me of? If you're investigating a crime and you have a reasonable suspicion, some sort of evidence, a reasonable person would conclude that you've been involved in some sort of crime, then they can demand your ID while they investigate. No, in the checkpoint when you're driving, in California anyway, you do have to give your ID. And I did. But they did not have probable cause to suspect me, any evidence that rose to the level of probable cause to suspect me of driving under the influence. It wasn't there. And search my vehicle. They entered my vehicle and put me in handcuffs and detained me. There was no probable cause for any of that. And that's why it was a violation of my rights. Now, if they smelled alcohol or smelled marijuana or saw powder in my car that they think might be drug or meth or something, that would be probable cause to search the vehicle and pull me out of the car and all of that. But none of that existed. They made up lies about my eyes only after I tried to exert my rights to not roll my window all the way down, and they didn't like that. So they started making things up to try to justify pulling me out of the car and putting me in handcuffs. And that's what happened. You're not convinced of that either. You seem to be in a heightened state. That doesn't mean anything. It could be said acting in a way that induces further investigation of your person. They have to articulate specifically what leads them to believe that I was under the influence. They have to articulate, oh, there's a bottle on the floor. oh, you're slurring your speech. Oh, you're stumbling, or, you're half asleep. None of that existed. They can't say the shape of my eyes. That does not rise to the level of probable cause. Well, yeah, I mean, do more research on it. That's the law. That's the way it is. You do not have to roll your window down, and that's not illegal. No, that's not enough. It really isn't. Your eyes could be watery. It could be from allergies. It could be from you just came out of a funeral. It could be a lot of things. If your eyes are watery in conjunction with, an empty alcohol bottle or slurred speech, or, they smell alcohol or weed or whatever, then that would be enough for a probable cause to further investigate. Now, they did not, even being detained, even if they did suspect me of being under the influence of alcohol. Let's say all of that, what you're saying is right, okay? Even if they detain me to investigate if I was under the influence or not, they still do not have the right to seize my cell phone and stop it from recording while I'm under detention. Not until I'm under arrest can they do that, and they did. And in addition to that, even if you're being detained for suspicion of DUI, you do not have to roll your window all the way down, and you do not have to submit to field sobriety tests. They can give you a chemical test, and that would be the breathalyzer or a blood draw. But you don't have to stand on one leg and follow his finger like he did. He's not supposed to do that on the inside of my car, by the way. But they can search your vehicle if there's probable cause to, but there wasn't probable cause to as part of their investigation. No, that's the law. That's the law. It's not maybe. That is the law. And at the end of the day, they never did give me a breathalyzer test or a blood draw. Why? Because they knew I was not under the influence of anything. Or they would have given me one. And it would have been 0.00%. And some people get in a heightened state when police start violating their rights. Yeah, they get a little pissed off. No, I would have done the test. You have to do the test or you get arrested if they tell you they wanted you to do a test. But they didn't have any probable cause to give me the test. That's why they released me. They didn't give me one. You know what I think? I think you're a bit of an antagonist. You're trying to stir up trouble that isn't there. That's what I think. All right, what time is it? About 10 more minutes, we'll go in.
Oh, I got it. You know what? Right by it.
Yeah, but even before I was watching these, I've always known very well what my laws are when you go through DUI checkpoints. Well, I mean, you're entitled to your opinion, but the law is the law. And there's certain things they cannot or not supposed to be able to force you to do when you don't consent to it, including field sobriety tests. Even if you're drunk as a skunk, you don't have to submit to a field sobriety test. You do have to do a breathalyzer or a blood draw. Or you can refuse that, but then you'll be arrested and charged with DUI anyway. But you don't have to do the walk on the line, and because cops lie, just like they lied about me. Oh, I'm gonna win. There's gonna be a lawsuit. Even if I can't find a lawyer, I'll do it on my own if I have to. Wonder what this big tower is over here. I see big old antenna dishes on it. Some sort of communications tower. Appears from here it's behind, well, I can't tell actually, if it's behind fences and stuff. Anybody have any idea what this thing is right here? There's like big old satellite dishes there. Is that a cell phone tower? Who knows? Ballast for the log ride. I mean, you can have your opinions, but I'm pretty well educated on how the law applies when it comes to traffic stops and DUI checkpoints and things, especially if you haven't been drinking. I was telling a little bit when I went in and signed up, you have to fill out a little form to speak, and I was telling them a little bit about what happened to me, and they looked like, really? That happened? You know, like, yeah. They're like, oh my God, I would be so scared. And I was like, well, I know what my rights are, and I wasn't scared, and they violated my rights, and that's why I'm here today to speak. Antagonized. That's another thing police or even the public say when you're out filming in public. Oh, he's just here. You don't even have to talk to anybody. You're just filming. Like I'm standing right here. Let's say I wasn't saying a word and I was just standing outside of wherever on a public sidewalk, and then people come out and start throwing a fit. I don't want to be on camera and stuff, and then they call the police, and the police come and say, oh, he's just here trying to antagonize you. He's like, no, I'm not. I'm standing here minding my own business. I didn't want to talk to anybody. I'm just filming. I'm just making a video. I didn't ask you to come out and talk to me. All right, got a YouTube like. So apparently I learned you can sign up to speak online too, which I did not. This is the first time I've ever done this. So I had threatened to come and speak at the city council meeting before because there was a homeless encampment and he was setting up all around the fire hydrant where I live. So he had furniture and couches and chairs and tents, and he would decorate the fire hydrant with things, and he would have a neck pillow wrapped around it. And so I complained to the city. I said, hey, there's a homeless encampment. I filled out the online web form and reported it. And they responded. They said, oh, well, we got a lot of homeless, and we'll get to it when we can or whatever. And then they closed the case. 2 months went by. They never came out. They never did anything about it. So I reported it again. I said, So you know what? This fire hydrant serves my apartment complex, another apartment complex, and an elderly community. I said, when fire hydrants are not accessible or operational, I said, we've just seen what happens in Malibu and Pacific Palisades when the fire hydrants are not accessible or operational. So look what happened. You think that can't happen here? I said, if you don't come out here and fix this promptly, I'm going to go speak to the mayor and the city council. And I also sent emails to the fire department, which ignored my email. I said, this is not acceptable that you allow this homeless encampment to obstruct the fire hydrant and endanger the lives of all the residents on this street here if there is a fire. So they finally came out and they removed him. So I didn't have to come to the city council meeting, but here we are today for a different reason. Yeah, there's always an excuse. They always have some excuse why they don't want to come out and perform a service that they're supposed to do. Okay, we got about 3 more minutes and we'll go in. When we go in, we're going to be more quiet, and then when the meeting starts, I'm not going to be able to speak out loud until I do my speech. So we're going to hang out here for a couple more minutes, but once we go inside, it's going to be a lot more quiet. It's like big theater style seating, like little folding chairs. So I can, until the meeting starts, I can still respond, but quietly. It's not court, it's a library. There's no judges here. It's not court. The mayor's gonna be here, and the city attorney, and the city clerk, and all the city council. So I'm just bringing awareness of police misconduct to the mayor and the city council. Yeah, ooh. That was weird. You guys there? Okay, are we back? Sorry about that. That was weird. My image just froze, and like the app stopped responding, and then the screen went black, and then I restarted it, and it was just acting weird. So I force stopped it and then restarted YouTube. And are we all good? Anyway, that's all I'm saying is once I'm inside. Yeah, I might not be able to respond to your chat comments right away. Anyway, when we come out, I'll try to catch up best I can. All right, what time is it? It might be time to go in. Let's go inside, you guys. And I don't know what the cell phone signal's like inside, but we'll see how it goes.
Okay, appreciate it. Yeah, let me do a little research, because then, yeah, he should have been behind where the green grass is at. Did you see another dog there?
All right, I'll show you. Hello, thank you. This is where the city council meeting is, the Bing S. Wong Lecture Hall. Meeting is open to the public, but please keep door closed for AC. I always like to read all the signs and make sure there's no, hello, thank you.
How are we doing, sir?
Hey, good, how are you?
Good.
Okay. Did you want to see the video?
No, I can't.
You can't watch it? Are you not allowed to? Oh, gotcha.
We can't get involved.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You know?
That makes sense. Yeah.
Right. Well, thank you.
Yeah. Okay. I offered to show them the video, but they said they're not, because they're working here. They can't get involved with issues like that. So we'll sit right here. So I'll sit on the end so I can get, that's the podium where I'll speak right here. Got a good signal? So I brought my business cards to share with people that might be interested in watching the video. And sure, people are going to have their own opinions about what happened, but it's where the law lies that matters. And here's my cards if you've never seen it. It's really. Let me flip it. Let me flip it over. Real nice cards I had made, and it just takes you to my YouTube homepage. But right now on the homepage, that video is pinned right up on the front of the homepage. I wonder if the truck that ran, probably, but I kind of hope he got away. Somebody I work with shared the video, and they were cracking up at my response to when that happened. I said, to be clear, I do not condone, that's illegal as hell. I do not condone running from the checkpoint, but it was hilarious. Oh, Lord. It seems like they're pretty well versed on constitutional rights in the city council meeting, and they did not object at all to my camera. It's illegal as hell, but it was hilarious. Pretty funny stuff. So I just want to make sure I'm operating this thing right. They said I have to push a button. Oh, there's a Spanish interpretation, so I guess, okay, I see. I push that button there, and the microphone goes light. I guess there's a light, I guess. And then you can see this timer here. And every person has only 3 minutes to say what they got to say. So I got to read kind of relatively quickly. It's 2 pages. And I practiced it last night a few times, and to get it under 3 minutes, I had to edit it down a little bit. But I think it's right about the 3-minute mark, maybe a little less, as long as I read it relatively quickly. And if it goes a couple seconds over, hopefully it's not a big deal.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh yeah, are you folks giving the implications?
I always tell people, if you don't like something about your government or the laws,
Yeah, today I think it'll be around.
and you want things to change, complaining on Facebook isn't going to do anything. Get involved. Go to your city council meetings. Talk to your representatives. Talk to your congressmen. Talk to your senators. Get involved. And that's the only way you're going to change anything. Going online and Twitter and Facebook and all this stuff, you can complain till your face is blue. It's not going to, nothing's going to change. Don't push. I didn't bring my water. Breathe fast. Yeah, I rehearsed it last night. This is also being broadcast on the city's YouTube channel. They have cameras. You'll see that camera is going to record this podium. There's another podium over there. So when they call people, you just line up. They said I can pick either podium. Doesn't matter which one. It's the City of San Bernardino. I don't know the exact name of the YouTube channel. The City of San Bernardino YouTube channel, and they record and publish these meetings. So you can see it on there too. So I will get that video as well and put it on my channel along with this one. I want to test if I can place this camera down on the podium. Oh, not really. Not really. Not really. I'll have to hold it. I could use somebody here with me to hold the camera for me. I'm here by myself. Hope my book report gets a good grade. I'm just bringing awareness. I mean, this isn't a hearing. It's not a court. It's not anything like that. But I want the mayor and the city attorney specifically to be aware of police misconduct going on. No, I'll just have to hold it. I'll probably hold it like this off to the side next to the microphone. And then I'll have to read my paper into the microphone like this. So it's important that the city attorney will hear about what happened to me, because he has a lot of authority to investigate and talk to the chief of police and things like that about how much authority they have at DUI checkpoints. Why would you be happy if you were here? Not worth hearing it's always worth hearing your comments. But you'll see there's some people here come to these meetings and they're, let's just say, colorful and interesting people. Let's leave it at that. But it's their First Amendment right to come up and sign up to speak and say whatever the hell they want into that microphone. So yeah, I agree. I mean, my take on city council meetings is this is something they have to do, and they don't really take anything seriously that the public has to say. They don't really pay attention or take it seriously. Yeah, but I'm doing it anyway. It could be someone in this room that's an attorney, or it's bringing awareness not only to the city council but to the people in attendance here. All right, get some more comments and questions in. The meeting is scheduled to start in about less than 4 minutes. Yeah, it kind of feels like a courtroom, doesn't it? You kind of expect South Park characters to get up and sit in the seats and say, "Respect my authority."
Naturally exudes
Seats value is a speaker's corner, a pressure valve for the community to give air grievances, and maybe it can have some therapeutic benefits.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. I genuinely don't think
But the people that come to these meetings, these are the people that care about the community and want to affect changes. And who knows, maybe some of them are attorneys or business people or lawyers or, you know, influential people in the community. So we'll see. Business owner, like influential business owners. And it could be just your average Joe Blow, like me. So I've got interesting comments that I made on here. Gotta get mentally prepared. I'm not super nervous. One thing about YouTube is you get used to speaking to an audience, even if it's virtual. I'll probably be a little bit nervous when I get up there. It's about to go down. Reminds me of that preacher, what's his name? He says, "Get up." So I'll probably clip this speech and put it on the channel, and I'll also upload the video from the city, their camera footage, and put that. Also that's public record, so I can use it.
So the question is why? Why now?
So thanks for the thumbs up. Everybody like and share this video. Get it out to your friends and family and neighbors. Let everybody know that I am standing up against police misconduct at the city council meeting. Mayor Helen Tran is going to sit right in the middle. And I don't know who all the city council members are, but the city attorney will be here as well. I'm not sure who that is or where he sits. He or she, I should say.
I'll make sure that
What about left of the flag? Is that the city attorney? I don't even know who it is. Yeah, that's my. They'll start that timer when I go up to speak, and I have to do my speech in 3 minutes or less. So I got to read this without delay, 2 pages. I had to cut it down. It was a little bit longer, and I had to cut it down. Oh, someone's coming to shake hands. I don't know who this is.
How are you? Good. Here for public comments?
Yes. Education of somebody.
Okay.
I know that they're not required to respond or questions or comments or anything. I know there's already an initiative and
Yeah, could be. I don't know.
I'll tell one to have someone come up to you. Probably in public works. Okay. Yes, how are you?
That's nice. That's a city council member. That's really nice that they're going around and shaking hands and meeting people. That's fantastic. I like that.
Freedom House?
All right.
How are you? Good. Anything big on tonight?
I'm going to speak about police misconduct because my rights were violated on Friday.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah. So I'm going to bring awareness.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good. Please speak on it.
Yeah. Thank you.
Love to hear you.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Be nice. Come on now. All right, some of these city council members are making their way onto the stage. Well, they'll hear my speech. It's pretty specific what happened to me. It has to be short, and so I had to leave a lot of detail out of it. But it's all on the video. And so I had to just get to the meat and potatoes of what happened to me. And I only have 3 minutes. I even put a quote, a really great quote I wrote down, where it says something to the effect of the worst tyranny that exists is when it's under the color of law. And it's by Baron Montesquieu, a French civil rights person from a long time ago. But that wasn't the exact words, but it was words to that effect. The cruelest tyranny is that which is done under the color of law. In case a person asks me, like asking police misconduct, it's a hard sell. Yeah, I know. It's okay. That's what it's about. I know most people hear DUI checkpoint, they're like, well, how much did you have to drink? I mean, I'm like, well, nothing. I've had nothing to drink. I was not under the influence of anything, and they did that to me. And it wasn't about them, like I said here, it wasn't about me being under the influence. They didn't like it that I knew my rights. That's what it was really about the rolling the window down. That's okay. She'll hear my speech. Maybe she'll go look at the video. We'll see. Maybe people might chalk me up as like I'm some sort of loon. I don't know. It is what it is. Thank God they didn't test me. I would have thrown the test results in their face. Okay, here we go. We're gonna start.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome and thank you for being here. And thank you to those who are viewing remotely as well. I call to order this joint regular meeting of the Mayor and City Council, and Mayor and City Council acting as the successor agency to the redevelopment agency of the City of San Bernardino, the San Bernardino City Housing Authority, and the San Bernardino Joint Powers Finance Authority here at 5:08 p.m. This time we'll do the roll call. Madam City Clerk, if you please take the roll, or actually, do you have an announcement to make at this time? Or?
Currently, we're experiencing technical difficulties with the video stream to YouTube, so alternate viewing options are provided on page 9 of the agenda, where you can view it through IMG. I want to take the roll. Councilmember Sanchez?
Here.
Councilmember Barr? Present. Mayor Pro Tem?
Here.
Councilmember Shrek? Here. Councilmember Canas?
Here.
Councilmember Flores?
Flores present.
Councilmember Ortiz? Here. And Mayor Cameron will be in attendance today.
Okay, thank you. Just a few comments here. Before we conduct the city business, as a friendly reminder, as the elected leaders of the city, we will endeavor to be respectful to each other, our public, and especially our staff. Our behavior this evening sets the tone for how our residents, business community, and others view our city. We must conduct city business with professionalism and respectful behavior to build trust, credibility, and move our city forward. I respectfully ask my colleagues that we refrain from making statements related to political campaigns or engaging in personal or political attacks during the course of this meeting. This is a space dedicated to the work of the people, and we must remain focused on serving our community with integrity and unity. Please observe proper decorum and do not speak out of turn or make comments from your seats. If members of the public wish to address the mayor and city council, you must submit a speaker slip. If you speak out of turn or disrupt the meeting, a warning may be given and/or you will be asked to leave the meeting pursuant to Government Code Section 54957.9 and Penal Code 403. We shall commit to these values and foster a positive and productive working environment that is conducive to achieving our goals effectively and efficiently. At this time, we'll proceed to invocation and pledge. I do have here Reverend Reginald D. Young from San Bernardino Pastors United, who will lead tonight's invocation. Please, you're already at the podium. And then from Lincoln Elementary School, we will have somebody that will lead us for the pledge of allegiance as well. Can you please stand?
Good evening, everyone. We thank and praise God for being here on tonight. And as we gather, we trust in God's Spirit to be with us. And we thank and praise God again as we move forward. As we continue to give honor to God, we recognize our Mayor Pro Tem and all the city council members. We bless God for you. We thank and praise God for every city official. The pastors, we've been praying for the city over the last 6 months. There's heightened things in our city. And with that being said, I'd like for us, if at all possible, to have my colleagues come and join the other pastors, Pastor's name to come up at this time. And we want to have only 7 seconds of corporate of silence in the chambers so that we can recognize several things, and think about it. 4 dead at a house of worship. Schools are under attack. Our government is shut down. Immigrants are under attack in our nation. Let us have 7 seconds of silence, please. Thank you. Let us pray. Dear Heavenly Father, we come to you tonight to pray a special prayer over the Mayor Pro Tem, the Mayor Helen Trent in her absence, their families, the City Council, all their families. We're praying for all the people of San Bernardino. Father, we ask you to continue to teach us to respect one another, give courtesy. God, we need your sovereignty. We need your wisdom on tonight. Gracious Heavenly Father, please crown our government with more wisdom, more insight to handle trusted affairs, just like Nehemiah of old. Prepare them, make them ready to rebuild torn walls, streets, prepare for affordable housing, help those that are poor, and our youth who are wayward. We're praying tonight, Father, for over every city worker, every staff member, every resident under the sound of my voice. Teach them to love and forgive one another. Help us to serve each other. Now, God, we're honored with you that you are with us on tonight. We promise to listen to your gentle voice. Keep us focused, Lord. Allow us to agree, to disagree, but still remain united in our purpose to restore and help your people. It's not our will be done, Lord, but it's your will be done. Father, on tonight, we invoke your presence into this meeting. We pray, Lord, you superintend this meeting. Be with every speaker, every presenter, every resident on tonight. Oversee this agenda, Lord. Watch over the chamber's business. Get behind the scenes. Work out the details. And Lord, we thank you for leading us into all truths. Lord, as we conclude, we're reminded we can do nothing without you. And we can do all things with you. And we will be so careful to give you all the glory, the honor, and praise. In Jesus' name we pray, and all the people that agreed, they said, amen and amen again.
Thank you. Do we have the representative from Lincoln Elementary? If not, I will ask Councilmember Shred if you lead us in the pledge of allegiance, please. Sure.
Please join me as we pledge to the United States of America. Ready, begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. That's right, for all. Even me. Even me, you guys. Liberty and justice.
I'd like to ask the city attorney if there's anything to report in closed session.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem, members of the council, members of our public. We did have several closed session items on the agenda. For this meeting, that we do not have any report or action.
Thank you. I will proceed to move on to presentations, which is a proclamation for California National Arts and Humanities Month in the city of San Bernardino, October 2025. Presented to San Bernardino Symphony Orchestra Operations and Patron Services Manager, Marisol Samuel. I'm sure you're present here, but we welcome you up to the stage up here and join us, join the council members. I also see, former council member David Alexander and company. And then I invite all council members up to the stage as well. so much. All right, so whereas the nation's 110,000 nonprofit arts organizations, the National Endowment for the Arts, the National Endowment for the Humanities, the nation's 4,500 plus local arts agencies, and the Arts and Humanities Councils of the 50 states and the 6 U.S. jurisdictions recognize October as National Arts and Humanities Month. And whereas the arts and humanities enhance and enrich the lives of every American, and whereas the arts and culture industry strengthen the U.S. economy by generating $151.7 billion in total economic activity annually, $29 billion in government revenue, and by supporting the full-time equivalent of 5 million jobs, and whereas since 1929, the city of San Bernardino has been proud to be the home of the region's largest and longest running professional symphony orchestra, the San Bernardino Symphony Orchestra, and whereas the San Bernardino Symphony Orchestra serves the city of San Bernardino with an annual season of engaging and relevant concerts, operates a youth symphony orchestra, provides music education and school concerts, and operates the James K. Guthrie Music Rental Library. We present you here with the certificate, the proclamation rather, to you. And so we thank you greatly for being here and joining us. And we'll go ahead and present this to you. If you'd like to make any comments, I'll take this other page. Oh, I'm sorry, there's a little bit more on this side I didn't see. I needed to turn the page. Whereas the arts and humanities drive tourism and commerce in San Bernardino, enhancing cultural literacy and pride of place. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the mayor and city council of San Bernardino do hereby proclaim the month of October as National Arts and Humanities Month and recognize the San Bernardino Symphony Orchestra as its partner in making the arts accessible for all citizens. The city calls upon all citizens to celebrate and promote the arts and culture in our city and to specifically encourage the great participation in the arts. Presented this first day of October 2025. That made a lot more sense than not turning the page over, so my apologies. I will now present the proclamation over to you, so if you'd like to make some comments also.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Sonietta Brown, and I am the president-elect of the San Bernardino Symphony Orchestra. Thank you so much for this award. Thank you for acknowledging us being here in the city. We would like to invite you to our next concert. It is December 13th, 2025. It's the last one for this year. It's 3:00 p.m. at the California Theater. I hope to see you all there. Bring your families, bring your neighbors. We'd like to see you. David, would you like to say?
One quick second. Right. Got 3 minutes? Well, now that you gave it back to me, you ain't getting it back. Again, this is one of our employees, Marisol Sandoval, which is a part of the Symphony Orchestra. Our executive director is Dr. Ann Vericel. Our maestro is Anthony Partner. And I've said it from the dais many a times while I was up here. Anthony Partner is by far the best maestro west of the Mississippi. West of the Mississippi. He's been on the Oscars, he did Oppenheimer, he did Black Panther 2, he did all of that, and that's all us. That's all us. Oh, I'm the first vice president, that's why I'm up here. He is amazing. Your San Bernardino Symphony is amazing. And our 100th year is coming up in 3 years. Our 100th year is coming up in 3 years. So we're preparing for that now for the city. We're gonna lay out the red carpet, and the arts is just not just the symphony. It is also picture arts, frame arts, it's musical arts, it's all that in San Bernardino. Just like we did 4th Street, and 4th Street was an amazing piece of work for us. That's all the arts. We're not just up here for the symphony. We're up here for all forms of art. So once again, thank you so much for doing this, Mayor Pro Tem. We appreciate it for the council coming up here. We thank you much, and I'll give you back the mic, Les Marisol.
I just wanted to add that if anybody hasn't attended the symphony before, and if you don't have a San Bernardino library card for the public library, We do have a partnership with the library where upon signing up for a library card, you receive a ticket for our 2025 season. So if you'd like to come see the December concert, please check that out.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your attention. We'll put this down.
Mayor Pro Tem, could I say something real quick from the Arts Commission? As the mayor's representative of the Arts and Historical Preservation Commission, I want to thank you all for recognizing the arts and humanities. Very important, but I'd also like to ask the community to make sure that this isn't just 1 month out of the year. We need to look at the arts and history every single day of our lives. It's very important. The arts themselves bring a sense of pride to our community. History brings a sense of loyalty. Denunciation ends up bringing bad things to our community. But if we have arts mixed with history, it can create hope. I love San Bernardino.
Thank you. Thomas, I'm going to get back to my seat. I appreciate it. You're very much loved as well, Robert. It's good to see you. Haven't seen you in a while. At this time, we will proceed to the manager's update report. Mr. City Manager, please proceed with your report.
Good evening, Mayor Pro Tem and City Council members. I'm going to give a brief report. First, Sac House 115 million Briar campus opens. Sac House cut the ribbon on their Briar campus September 18th. This 240,000 square foot health facility will employ 700 health professionals and serve approximately 60,000 patients a year. The campus will also be the new home of the Loma Linda School of Dentistry. EV Reality, EV Truck Charging Center just broke ground. EV Reality has started construction on a new EV truck charging facility on Mill Street with 76 charging stations. This will be one of the largest charging centers in the Inland Empire. Grand openings and ribbon cuttings. San Bernardino gets its first Jersey Mike's. Jersey Mike's Subs opens its first San Bernardino store with a location on Harriman Place. Operator Jorge Gonzalez came to the U.S. at the age of 5 and skipped college to work as a delivery driver to earn money for his family. He now owns 90 Jersey Mike's, and it's their largest franchisee. And he's bringing one here to San Bernardino. National Veterans Chamber of Commerce on September 23rd. The National Veterans Chamber of Commerce opened a branch in San Bernardino, housed in the Arrowhead United Way building at 646 North D Street. The Veterans Chamber will serve as a one-stop shop to serve the estimated 220,000 veterans living here in the Inland Empire. Tourism delegation from Mexico is visiting San Bernardino. The Economic Development Department, in partnership with Discover IE, hosted members of the Mexican tourism media to learn about local tourism opportunities in the upcoming 100th anniversary of Route 66. Among the notable points of interest were the original McDonald's site, the Wigwam Motel, and San Bernardino County Museum. Feldheim just celebrated its 40th anniversary. It was a great event. I hope each of you were able to attend, at least briefly. The Best of Feldheim was on display on Monday as attendees celebrated the 40th anniversary of the Central Library. One of the highlights was Sparky, an animatronic robot from Garner Holt Productions, who will be a part of the library's new animaker space, which will open hopefully in early 2026. Public access, I want to make you aware, as well as the public access to the customer service counters at 201 North East Street will be closed on Friday, October 3rd. to complete office improvements in those areas. This will affect customers seeking assistance from the Parks and Rec, business registration, and city clerk's offices. All other offices and front counters will be open, just those will be the ones that will be closed. Representatives from each will be available to assist residents via phone at 909-998-2000. Rendezvous back to Route 66 returns to downtown on October 11th. Classic cars, food, music, and more will take over much of downtown San Bernardino at the 12th annual rendezvous back to Route 66 on Saturday, October 11th. The event, organized by the San Bernardino Area Chamber of Commerce, is free to attend and will run from 9 to 9. Cops and Community at Coptoberfest, October 9th. The San Bernardino Police Department will be hosting their annual Coptoberfest on Thursday, October 9th from 4 to 7:30 at the headquarters at 710 North East Street. There will be games, a petting zoo, demonstrations, music, dancing, food, and much more to bring to San Bernardino PD, together with the community, especially the kids. On October 14th, we're set for the State of the City. We encourage people to register today for the State of the City, presented by Truck Terminal Properties and Arrowhead Regional Medical Center, Cal University of Science and Medicine, to be held on October 14th at the historic California Theater. A community reception will start at 4:30 for all attendees, with the program following at 5:30. The event is free to attend, but we are encouraging people to register in advance to be able to attend the event. Also at 4 o'clock will be public speaking. And with that, that is the completion of my report.
Thank you, Mr. City Manager. Appreciate all the great work that's happening in the city. Well, at this point, we will be moving on to public comments. The public comments will be heard for items on the open session and items not on the agenda. To address the City Council, everyone must complete a speaker card and provide it to the City Clerk. Only those speakers cards turned in to the City Clerk will be allowed to address the City Council. No lit cards will be accepted. Each person should state their name for the record before beginning their comments. As your name is called, please line up in the order announced. We have 2 podiums available for your convenience. Please proceed to either one as soon as your name is called. Please note, your name will only be called once. If you do not respond when called, you may forfeit your opportunity to speak. If you require Spanish interpretation, we do have an interpreter on site. Please raise your hand at this time to indicate you will need interpreting assistance. In addition, we have interpreting listening devices available in the back. We ask that you please observe proper decorum and do not speak out of turn or make comments from your seat. If you wish to address the mayor and city council, please be sure to submit a speaker slip. If you speak out of turn or disrupt the meeting, a warning may be given and/or you will be asked to leave the meeting pursuant to Government Code Section 45957-.1.9 and Penal Code 403.
En este momento se escucharán los comentarios públicos para artículos de la agenda y artículos que no están en la agenda. Para dirigirse al Consejo Municipal, cada individuo debe completar una tarjeta de orador. Se debe completar la tarjeta de orador y entregarla a la secretaria municipal en este momento. Solo aquellas tarjetas de orador entregadas a la secretaria municipal podrán dirigirse al Consejo Municipal. No se aceptarán tarjetas tardías. Cada persona debe indicar su nombre para registro antes de comenzar sus comentarios. Al ser llamado, por favor, forme una fila en el orden anunciado. Disponemos de 2 podios para su comodidad. Diríjase a cualquiera de ellos tan pronto como se le llame su nombre. Si necesita interpretación en español, tenemos un intérprete presente. Por favor, levante la mano en este momento para indicar que requiere servicios. También tenemos aparatos disponibles para escuchar la Junta en español. Le pedimos que por favor observe el debido decoro y no hable fuera de turno ni realice comentarios desde su asiento. Si desea dirigirse al alcalde y al Consejo Municipal, asegúrese de presentar una hoja de orador. Si habla fuera de turno o interrumpe la reunión, podrá recibir una advertencia y o se le pedirá que abandone la sesión conforme a la sección 54957.9 del Código Gubernamental y la sección 403 del Código Penal.
Thank you. Madam City Clerk, how many speakers do we have tonight?
We have 25 speakers.
Okay, if you may please begin to call them up to the podium. If you hear your name, please start heading your way down to the podium. There's two on your side, please.
Al Palazzo, Mike Hartley, Kim Calvin, Eric Marquez, Georgia L., Sharon Negretti, Dolores Armstead, Bernica Galande, John Schollenberger, Gregory Taylor, Ron Alvarado.
Thank you, Mr. Palazzo, please.
Mayor Pro Tem, council members, city manager, I feel I have let you down by failing to interest you in wanting to hear the ideas for rebuilding San Bernardino, because I have not been interviewed for the position that I applied for, the Director of Economic Development. This is the third time in 2 years that I have not been interviewed for a position that I applied for. I will continue to be at this microphone to share ideas that I have developed over 50 years. To empower and motivate and inspire the residents of San Bernardino to improve their lives and transform San Bernardino. I do not have many years left. Mayor, council members, and city manager, we all want what is best for San Bernardino. I have said that I have a dream to make San Bernardino a more prosperous, safe, and beautiful city. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
Okay, thank you. Next speaker. I welcome
Good evening, Council, Mayor Pro Tem, and neighbors. My name is Ron, and I am from the 1st Ward. I am also honored to serve as the Chair of the Parks, Recreation and Community Services Commission. And I want to highlight some wonderful events coming up through our Parks and Recreation Department. There will be a Senior Health and Resource Fair this Friday, October 3rd, from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the 5th Street Senior Center. Among the various community resources offered, there will be flu shots and wellness checks. Make a splash this spooky season at the Jerry Lewis Family Swim Center at the Pumpkin Splash, Saturday, October 18th from 2 to 5 p.m. Enjoy games, relay races, and more. I also want to echo Robert from the Art Commission's call for more engagement and suggest the Arts Commissions and other commissions follow our lead and make their meetings more accessible to the public. We were able to move our meetings over to 6 o'clock and are looking forward to increased engagement. Finally, I want to encourage our neighbors to provide their input for the Baseline Street Traffic Safety Study. The 5-mile corridor stretches from our city's westernmost at Meridian Avenue to Tippecanoe on the east. Right now, they are seeking input to identify where Baseline feels unsafe and needs improvement. As someone running to represent the 1st Ward, improving infrastructure is a top priority. Infrastructure is about more than concrete and asphalt. It's about safety and quality of life. Projects like this are how we create safer streets for children, protect our elders, support local businesses, and make San Bernardino a place where families want to stay and grow. I encourage everyone to visit the city's website, look under civic alerts, and take their survey. Your voice matters. Thank you.
Thank you. And we have the next speaker, please.
Good evening, Council. My name is Georgia. In September, I counted 489 dead animals. 274 were killed by staff, 147 arrived dead, 68 died in custody, and not included in that number was 12 that went missing. The dogs labeled killed for time and space are the poor souls that survived not only starvation, disease, but attacks during their detainment, and yet still killed. In August, the number was even higher. To date, we have 3,563 animals that are dead. 1,938 of those animals were euthanized. 1,281 of those animals were brought in dead. They're not counted. They do count. And then 344 died in custody. 55 of those animals, not included in that figure, went missing. This tells me we have not made any meaningful change. The devastation continues. At the same time, I see promotions regarding these kennels. They're empty. They're not in use yet. It's deceiving. When will we have real kennel expansion, not just pictures? A major issue is that dogs are leaving the shelter injured and with untreated disease and parasites after rescue commitment has been made. One animal that was pulled by a rescue was attacked by its kennel mates just before rescue. This puts an undue burden on the rescues that are already overwhelmed. How can we do better? This is why they do not want to pull animals from our facility. They're diseased, they're injured, and they're behavioral because of the conditions. This mismanagement puts a preventable burden on rescues, and why many hesitate, I already said that. Add to the fact that adopters are not being screened and animals leave sick, leading to high returns. These are the numbers of animals that they're saying, Animal Services is saying is owner surrenders they take in. These aren't owner surrenders that have lost their housing. These are dogs and cats that are being returned due to whatever reason. Mom and dad said, I can't keep the animal. There's no vetting at all. One time I was there and I witnessed someone dragging a puppy by a leash as it was screaming and no one stopped. The land representative at that time went outside and told that person to please pick up the dog, the puppy, because it had not been trained on a leash. That's wrong. With what looks like over $13 million in taxpayer money being spent, I only see thousands of animals dead in return. We demand accountability and not just excuses. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, please. Hi, welcome.
Dolores Armstead. I'm going to go over several things that I've stated before. First, I'd like to say I'm so glad we've got the Mount Vernon Bridge. Now can we get lights on the other major bridges, especially the ones affecting the 6th Ward? We've been neglecting for too long. Why can't we have lights on Highland and Baseline? Why? That's your call. We deserve to see, just like everybody else. Second one is the Ortiz litigation. There would be no issue if the council would only acknowledge the truth about your legal search. You refuse. You want to blame her, but you're the blame. There would be no legal action if you would just stand up, find your balls, and acknowledge the truth. You are an embarrassment to the city. Still, Ward 5 council member. You were very unprofessional at the previous council meeting regarding the item on Oxbow. In fact, you embarrassed yourself and your ward. The item was brought up by Dr. Ortiz for a future meeting. You didn't bring it up, she brought it up. Why didn't you talk to her first? Because you weren't doing anything. Ask the city manager why he did not inform Dr. Ortiz that he was going to do something in October. He should have told you, and he should have told her, and this would have never happened, and you would not have embarrassed yourself. Instead, you should be ashamed. You performed very bad. Instead of collaborating to clean up this death pile, you are one of the council members fighting Dr. Ortiz. You know about Oxbow. You know when you ran for the position. You live there and you do nothing. We are hoping after that performance, you might actually get something done because you have no excuse. City Hall. What's the status? We want our City Hall. We are wasting funds having city offices scattered around the city. How can you be proud to be the seat of the county with no City Hall? That's embarrassing. We are the seat of the county. Look at the cities around us. They are all progressing. We are the seat of the county. You have no city hall, no restaurants, no shops, and we look like a dump. Have you no shame? We keep making the worst city list. We don't even have a restaurant for the people downtown. People, you voted for us. The saga of San Bernardino continues. We deserve better. We need change. People out there, be careful who you vote for, because this is what you got. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
John Schellenberger, 7th Ward, City of San Bernardino. At the September 3rd, 2025 City Council meeting, 5th Ward Planning Commissioner Renika Galande came up to the podium and said that she had attended a meeting in Long Beach with the National Healthcare and Housing Advisors. They're the entities that are doing the recuperative care facility at the Motel 6 in the 6th Ward on University. She said during that meeting, she asked them, who was it that brought you here to San Bernardino? What brought you here? And she said, and I quote, and you can go back and look at it, it was your mayor, Helen Tran, and another council person that drove us around the city to look at dilapidated hotels with ceilings that were crumbling down, and this is the best one that we could find. Okay, at the September 17th meeting, I addressed that comment briefly and was challenged. So on September 19th, I contacted Elizabeth Saldana with National Healthcare and Housing Advisors, who was at the July 8, 2025 Planning Commission meeting. I watched it again. I saw the question and answer. 6 out of the 7 voted to give them their limited use permit for this project. Okay, I communicated to her about the comments that were made by this commissioner. And she said, that is absolutely incorrect. She said, in fact, when she came to visit us and see what we do, we were pleasantly surprised because she was very impressed with what we were doing. And in fact, she said she was a little emotional at one point, saying that there were people, loved ones in her lifetime that could have used a facility of this nature. They were shocked because she voted against it. Okay, so she also offered to volunteer for them in any way that she could. Okay, there's a serious lack of credibility. And there is no reason, and to me, it was politically motivated when she came up here to deliver that message on the 3rd of September. No commissioner has any right to go around this city and do politically motivated smears on behalf of other people, past or present. Now, Kim, you're councilperson Canas, you're faced with 2 choices as far as I'm concerned, okay? 1, you can ask her to step down. 2, you can remove her. Or 3, you can allow her to remain in this position, which would tell me that you agree with what she did. Because it's obvious. Now, I also understand that the National Healthcare and Housing Advisors filed a complaint regarding that comment with Mayor Tran. I will be pulling that out of public record. But there is no reason for any of our commissioners who are sworn to take it when they take an oath to be up here engaging in that activity, misleading the public with that type of information.
And I would like to just make a quick comment because those are pretty salacious allegations. There was absolutely no false statements made. The information that was provided by the commissioner was all backed by public planning commission meetings that are available to every individual within the city and beyond. Thank you.
And watch it, because you'll see.
Next speaker, Mr. Marquez.
Hello, my name is Eric Marquez, and I would like to speak on bankruptcy. Bankruptcy can mean several things, but our cities was meant to mean a temporary change for financial recovery. Look at us now. Our city has lost its property tax and fire department, both privileges many cities enjoy. But on top of losing these privileges, homeowners and businesses pay a parcel tax on top of that, costing our city even more than it did before. A city with home ownership well below the American average. I call for a revisit to our bankruptcy because thanks to broken promises, property tax and fire department, so property tax and our fire department are costing us more than they have ever. And now that I have time, I guess I could talk about other things. I was told to be unprofessional today because someone liked it, but also I wanted to be professional because I kind of want to prove myself, but also I'm not sure which one I want to believe in, so I'm just thinking aloud. So I know most people's thoughts are similar, mostly because it's somewhere in between. They enjoy what I say, they don't enjoy what I say, they think it's unprofessional, they think it's inappropriate, I think Fred's too old, you know, things like that. So I'm not sure how I feel about myself in regards to this. But also, I think it should be made clear my points are somewhat valid sometimes. Sometimes they're incredibly arbitrary, like when I talk about making hot chocolate with my espresso machine. It's very good. But also, bankruptcy is an issue and we have lost our property tax and fire department costing us more. So I'm honestly not sure how to feel right now in regards to my public comments or whatever I say or how I present myself to people. Also, someone liked me drinking a whole bottle of water that one time. And I was very happy with my statement when I said in Spanish. I liked calling Fred a white dog twice. And I made sure I emailed that to the city council office. And I was told it was forwarded to all of your emails. So I hope you read that if you didn't understand it, Fred. And I guess that's it. Bye.
I'd like to, if I could have a second. The public speaker that just spoke has the right to say everything he said, but I think he's doing it out of amusement, and it's disrespectful. He comes from a place of ignorance. Fred Charette served our country in the Vietnam War, literally taking bullets in the Vietnamese jungle, and was awarded 2 Bronze Stars for bravery. So again, Eric, I think your words and the speech you gave comes from a place of ignorance. So I thought I'd let you know that about my colleague, Councilmember Fred Charette.
Thank you, Councilman. Mr. Gray. Hi, good evening.
Hi, I'm Sharon DeGrady. Lately, I have decided to take a different road, and I have started to work with the shelter. Jasmine, thankfully, she's listening, in order to improve the situation there. Recently I gathered I put out a post for volunteers and got about 55 people reply. And I approached her I told her I wasn't willing to give them all over to her unless we were gonna use them the right way and they weren't gonna get lost in all the paperwork reshuffle. She obliged, and this Saturday they're having an orientation for all of these new volunteers, which I really appreciate. So we are trying to do our best to help in any way we can, a few of us. Okay, you guys, a few years ago, however much time it was, you guys decided to take on these other cities. This merger was not a good idea. The animals are dying, twice as many animals are dying now. It's just absolutely out of control, and it cannot continue like that. The shelter needs so much help right now, and a hiring freeze on employees for the shelters, that cost animals lives. It shouldn't even happen because it's not the same as any other department. I grant you, it may not be at the top of your list of priorities, but the city's watching, and we have to do something about that. You took on that responsibility, so please help us out a little bit, okay? There's so many things that need to be fixed at that shelter. We need a surgery center. This is probably one of the reasons why we have not had a veterinarian that wants to come there. They have to work out of a mobile vet unit. That's not appealing, besides being in San Bernardino, that's not appealing to any veterinarian, okay? We need to turn that old cat room into a surgery center, and we are willing to raise funds, but we would like to have permission to do this project. It's so important. We have to get a permanent veterinarian, so we really need to accommodate them. Please, please. We need to get these animals out for exercise. That's not being done now. There's really no place to do that. So we need to come up with an idea to get these animals out, because the longer they're in those kennels, they get kennel stress and they start fighting with each other, and it turns into chaos. Okay, anyway, thanks.
Thank you. Next speaker, please. Giddy.
Good evening, Mayor, City Council members, and members of the public. My name is Jose Mendoza, and I'm the Senior Vice Commander for the Department of California Disabled American Veterans. I also proudly serve as your local representative for DAV Chapter 12 here in San Bernardino. DAV Chapter 12 has been serving the San Bernardino community for 100 years, established in January 12, 1925. A century later, we are still here standing strong and continuing to serve our veterans and their families. I'd like to take a moment to share some of our upcoming programs and events. On October 9th, we will be taking 20 veterans for a 5-day retreat to Convict Lake for camaraderie, fishing, and healing. On November 8th, we are partnering with the City of San Bernardino Parks and Recreation, Arrowhead United Way, and the San Bernardino Military Museum to bring back our Veterans Day community event. This will be a family-friendly event filled with resources and veteran service organizations, including the American Legion, VFW, and DAV. On November 11th, DAV is proud to partner again with Golden Corral to provide free meals for our veterans on Veterans Day from 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. On November 21st, we will host our 5th annual turkey giveaway in partnership with Feeding America, Home Depot, and the San Bernardino Vet Center to provide food and resources for our veteran community. We are excited about our veteran work-study program. We are now hiring veterans who are currently attending college. Veterans interested in work experience while in school are encouraged to reach out. To fund these projects, we rely on fundraisers and generous community support. On October 30th, Big Al's Bowling Alley has kindly donated their lanes from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. All proceeds for this event will go directly to supporting DAV programs and our veterans. In closing, I'm grateful to be part of the positive growth happening in the city of San Bernardino. Recently, I had the honor of touring the Stater Brothers distribution facility alongside the mayor, city council member Mario Flores, and city manager Eric Levet. It was inspiring to see the jobs being created and how Stater Brothers Charities continues to reinvest in our community to ensure nonprofits like ours can thrive. DAV is a pillar of this community for 100 years, and with your support, we look forward to serving the next 100 years. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, please do us a favor and share some of those dates and information with the city council, the council office as well. We can share it amongst the other council members as well. Thank you for that. Thank you. Madam City Clerk, I don't see any other speakers, so is that concluded, or is it another round of?
Yeah, those, I still have more on the list.
Okay, if you may please read the next block of speakers.
Okay. Daniela Ramos, Melissa Molinder, Hector Loera, Lydia Zavala, Jack Watterson, Caesar Roldan, Robert Porter, Todd Warden, Jerry Owens, Stephanie Lefebvre, Terry Boykins, Hector Ruiz Romo, and that concludes the list.
Okay, thank you. Please, I invite the next speaker. Hi, welcome.
Good evening, council members. I'm Melissa Mylander, and first I want to thank each of you for your time, effort, and sacrifice that you give to serve our city. Leadership is never easy, and it often comes with more criticism than encouragement, and I want to be here tonight to speak life and not negativity. The first priority at the start of this year was guiding the transition to a new permanent city manager. I know that was no small task, and while it may have delayed some ward-specific projects for each of you, it laid the foundation for long-term stability across the entire city, so I want to say thank you. Councilmember Canas, you've hit the ground running by hosting community vision meetings and encouraging residents to visit your website and share their ideas for what they want to see in the ward. That kind of openness and accessibility is exactly what our city needs. The contrast is clear. For 4 years under the previous council member, not a single community meeting was hosted, and today we see leadership that invites participation and welcomes community voices. And I want to say, anytime I have a question about Oxbow or the ward or whatever, you answer it. You let us know. So all we got to do is ask you, and you're transparent. I appreciate that. I also want to applaud you for addressing the homeless issue last council meeting. The nonprofits operating in our city must be held accountable for actually improving the homeless situation, and the services they provide should be prioritized according to our city's specific homelessness challenges. Their funding is a direct result of the crisis state our city is in regarding the unhoused residents, and it's crucial that these resources are used effectively to bring real progress. And I want to broaden this encouragement to all of you. Our city and our nation was founded on the belief that there's a God, one God who guides us, protects us, and blesses us when we seek Him first. True unity doesn't mean we all think alike, but that we choose to respect one another, listen with humility, and move forward with shared desire to see San Bernardino flourish. Christ gave us the ultimate example of leadership, one rooted in love, service, and sacrifice. So tonight I ask all of us, leaders, staff, and community, to remember we're stronger together than divided. Let's lead with grace, let's seek wisdom from above, and let's give our city a reason to hope again. And I also wanted to share that on October 18th, we are having what will be the largest cleanup in the city's history. It will be a rally at downtown Court Street Square that will start at 8 a.m. and we already have 7 site locations throughout the entire city scheduled and over 300 volunteers set up. This is what leadership looks like, serving with a smile to those who need to be served. Jesus came not to be served, but to serve. So let's lead like Him. I invite all of you and the mayor to come roll up your sleeves, put your tennis shoes on, help us pick up trash, and lead by making a difference. And since I have 18 seconds, I want to say that we pray before council meetings, but are you guys praying before you meet behind closed sessions? Because prayer is powerful. So if not, I encourage you, introduce prayer into everything that you do, and let's let God work on our behalf. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker.
Good evening. My name is Jack Watterson. I'm an honorable Air Force veteran and a proud American who strongly believes in our American freedoms and rights. We have a very serious problem in San Bernardino, and I'm not talking about the gang members and the drug dealers. There's plenty of that. I'm talking about the San Bernardino Police Department. This last Friday, September 26th, my constitutional rights were egregiously violated at a DUI checkpoint on Waterman Avenue at the DMV, not because I had anything to drink, not because I was driving under the influence. Why? Because I knew my rights. In a DUI checkpoint, drivers are not required to roll their window all the way down, just enough to communicate. Drivers are not required to submit to a field sobriety test, when they want you to do tricks like stand on one leg or walk along a line. Drivers are not required to answer questions or consent to searches and seizures of their vehicles or property without probable cause, and that includes police officers reaching into your vehicle. On Friday night, police officers demanded that I rolled my window all the way down, demanded I submit to a field sobriety test without probable cause. I did not consent to these unlawful demands. However, they did not like my objections, so they proceeded to threaten to pull me out of the car, arrest me, and take me to jail if I did not comply. Under threat of arrest, I complied with their unlawful orders under objection. An officer then reached into my vehicle and proceeded to wave his finger around my face, telling me to follow his finger with my eyes, and then made up lies about my eyes, saying they looked droopy and twitchy, and then ordered me out of the vehicle. Up to this point, I had recorded this entire interaction with this very cell phone here, and my intent was to continue recording. And the footage can be seen on my YouTube channel called Travel Jack. I have business cards if anyone wants to see the video. As I exited the vehicle, they seized my cell phone, stopped it from recording, and placed me in handcuffs. They also seized and entered into my vehicle and drove it away. They led me to a chair where 3 officers surrounded me and proceeded to intimidate and argue with me, and even stated that if I continued to argue about my rights, that I would be taken to jail. In the end, they didn't even do a breathalyzer. Why? Because they knew the entire time I wasn't intoxicated. That's not what this was about. I didn't want to surrender my rights. So I was handcuffed, my property was seized, and they threatened me with arrest. Not only do the police not know about our laws and rights, they don't care. I'm in the process of gathering body camera footage and evidence. It will be published publicly, and there will be a lawsuit. We must have accountability against tyrannical behavior. This is 2025 in the United States of America, but every day it feels more and more like 1944 Germany. You're either going to do what we tell you, or we're going to arrest you and take you away. Thank you.
Good evening, Mayor Pro Tem, City Council members, and fellow citizens. Before I get started, I can't see you, but thank you for your service. Thank you for that comment as well. My name is Cesar Roldan. I am a local resident, a business owner, and a lifetime entrepreneur here in San Bernardino and throughout the Inland Empire. As you guys know, or should know, August 20th, 2025, Lawn Starter released a national report naming San Bernardino the dirtiest city in America. While reports like this can feel discouraging, I believe that they also create an opportunity for us to unite and change the narrative. I got some of the answers that I came here seeking with Sister Melissa over here, so I made sure to connect with her. But I still want to bring awareness to this and see how we can be a part of this. But as a member of the Rock Church with the Kingdom mindset, our mission is not only to help clean and restore the hearts of people, but also to see our city physically restored, safe, clean, and welcoming to residents, visitors, and businesses alike. A clean San Bernardino is not just about pride, it's about attracting tourism, creating a healthier environment, and fostering community safety. Today, I would like to propose a collaborative initiative, a San Bernardino Cleanup Day, where local businesses, churches, concerned citizens, and businesses alongside with government come together. Here's how I see it working. We already have commitment from business owners. I have here Rafael Zaragoza and Michael Crenshaw, who are local business owners who have already dedicated not only their trucks, but also their trailers to be able to do this. We already have commitment from business owners to provide dump trailers. Volunteers will collect trash, lead the trailers to the trailers, and then those trailers will run to the dump site and then return. We have a strong network of volunteers, not only from local churches, but also concerned citizens, business owners, and all alike. The cleanup will begin in downtown San Bernardino, expanding outwards in a growing radius, or along key corridors such as Highland Avenue, Baseline, 9th Street, and 5th Street. We understand that the city has already launched beautification efforts, so we're not trying to replace those. What we want is we want to partner up with you guys to accelerate them and multiply the impact. So my question is, what are the next steps? Who do we need to connect with and align those resources and volunteers to be able to go along with the city efforts to be able to have a collaborative effort and make this a reality? We're ready, willing, and able to contribute. And before my time runs out, one of the things that we are concerned about is that we start doing this on our own, that there will be repercussions from the city or even safety concerns with homelessness and things like that out there. So we want to collaborate with you guys to be able to make this actually happen in our city, and we will be collaborating with Melissa out there on the 18th as well. So I would like to know what will be the next steps, who do we connect with so that we can make a greater impact.
Can we please have staff reach out to the speaker to make sure that we coordinate with them, make sure that everything's in order.
Thank you guys, and God bless.
Thank you.
I'd like to know who Eric Levitt is. I got a bill here from the city of San Bernardino Police Department because I have an alarm on my house. You want me to pay $30 a year. What is that covering and what is it for? Because I had my alarm system in my house for over 6 years and now I get a bill. I'm not going to pay it, but I want my alarm system on my house. I left one of my bills up there with the lady. She's going to be giving it to you. So she also has my phone number. Please give me a call and let me know what this is about and what we can do about it. If I understand right, you guys are having Route 66 again. Is that correct? Now, years ago, you guys had Route 66, but you guys ended up paving the roads, redoing the streets and everything, just for Route 66, when there's other streets, major streets that need to be done. Now, Figueroa here years ago, I fronted him, and all of a sudden, here it is, election time, he comes and gets part of our street done, when I've been asking for years to go from the bridge of the freeway here, all the way down to Pepper Avenue to get the Rialto Avenue done. Where do they do it? North of Rancho, down to the stop sign. That's all they did. So when are you going to get the rest of the street done? Because I notice other streets around here are getting done. They don't even need it. When these streets are majorly done, need to be done. So here we are again. I've been complaining for the last 3 mayors about this and nothing gets done. But when the re-election comes, it gets done. So where's the money going if you ain't getting the streets done? Why can't we get a street done completely from point A to point B? Why does it have to be when you park here, and all of a sudden you guys go over here in front of the City Hall here years ago and tear up the whole street and redone your little circle and everything, but you can't go down Rialto Avenue and redo it properly because you guys did not do that little part properly. You didn't tear up the street. You came in and kind of leveled it and stuff, but you didn't do it like you did in front of the mayor's office. You guys went down to the dirt, pulled everything out, repaved it and everything. But you guys can't do Rialto Avenue that way because why? Don't need to, don't want to. And I will be after this, after Figueroa.
Next speaker, please.
My name is Hector Luero. Hello, fellow neighbors of San Bernardino. I'm here to spread good energy to you all. We are blessed with life again today. How powerful that is. You have opportunity to create so much possibilities in life today. I would like to welcome each and every one of you to make life great and do what you can to make life better for everyone else. Start to care for one another. We shouldn't be so judgmental towards each other because we are not perfect ourselves. We all have a lot of work to do. Life is like the trees and flowers. It takes time to bloom. We must feed it the right food and nutrients, the life we have, and our societies. I want to come today, like I said, to bring good energy to you all and have a good mindset. I know we have a lot to do, so we should work towards it. We should give ourselves a mindset of leadership so that we ourselves could do good for the world. A great leader once said, "Don't ask what America could do for you. Ask what we could do together for the freedom of mankind. What can we do so that we can live a better life, a better future for all of the generations to come, for our very own generation?" Thank you all for listening.
Hi everyone, my name is Daniela Ramos, and I'm here as a volunteer with the Inland Empire Immigrant Youth Collective, also known as IEIYC. We're a grassroots, youth-led organization that advocates for immigrant rights at local, state, and federal level. I'm here tonight because immigrant youth and their family in San Bernardino continue to face fears and barriers that harm their ability to thrive. For example, students and parents have reported seeing ICE near schools in public areas, which creates fear that keeps families from sending their children to school and accessing city resources. According to census data, 21 to 22% of San Bernardino County residents are foreign born. And an estimate shows that about 127,000 people here are undocumented. These numbers don't even capture the full reality. Many children in mixed status family, where members are undocumented and others are not, live in fear of separation daily. Immigrant youth often go undercounted, which hides just how widespread these challenges really are. When ICE presence goes unaddressed or when resources for undocumented youth are lacking, it sends the message that the residents do not belong. This is not only harmful for immigrant families, but the entire community. I'm asking the City of San Bernardino to take these steps. Adopt clear sanctuary and safety protocols that limit collaboration with ICE, especially around schools, libraries, hospitals, and other public services. Create a safe and welcoming community for all residents by passing policies that affirm immigrants' families' place in San Bernardino. Investing in resources and youth programming that specifically support undocumented students and their families, such as legal aid clinics, after-school programs with culturally competent mental health services. San Bernardino should be a city where every person feels safe, valued, and supported, regardless of immigration status. I urge you to take action to protect immigrant youth and their families. Thank you for your time.
Good evening, council members. Thank you for the opportunity to speak. My name is Hector Ruiz-Romo, and I'm the founder of Redland Rescue. Through this nonprofit, I save dogs scheduled for euthanasia. Dogs killed not for illness or aggression, but simply for the lack of space. I also represent citizens who care deeply about animal welfare in San Bernardino. Our shelter is in crisis. In recent weeks, dogs have even been found dead in kennels. Every day, lives are lost because the system is broken. Rescues are expected to claim dogs by 2 p.m. and remove them the same day. A deadline that makes saving lives nearly impossible when dozens are listed at once. Dogs are released without rabies shots, blocking most boarding facilities and forcing rescues to cover emergency vaccinations. They are also released unaltered, leaving rescues with costly surgeries that limit how many animals can be saved. Inside the shelter, multiple unaltered males are housed and fed together, leading to fights. Dogs cut up in these situations and then labeled aggressive and killed. Terrified dogs, too scared to approach staff, are labeled behavioral and euthanized. Others are killed simply for exposure to distemper positive dogs, even when vaccinated and never tested. The distemper outbreak has gone on for more than 6 months. Now joined by reports of another bacterial infection, the response has been mass euthanasia instead of prevention or treatment. Rescues also face false claims of no interest in cases like rape. Rescues and adopters were actively arranging transport while the dog was killed and labeled unwanted. This happens repeatedly. At the root of this failure to enforce spay-neuter laws and to hold backyard breeders accountable. Without prevention, shelters will never stop overflowing. Meanwhile, the county accepts grant money from UC Davis, current shelter, medicine, and the ASPCA for shelter improvement, yet conditions remain dire and the animals see little benefit. I urge the council to act, enforce spay-neuter laws with funding for low-cost clinics, penalize backyard breeders who fuel overpopulation, demand transparency for shelter funding and operations, support rescues with realistic policies, proper vaccination at release, and medical care that prevents killing. San Bernardino can lead with compassion. Killing is not the solution. These animals deserve better. Thank you.
Do you guys want to see more speakers or wrap it up?
I hope you pay attention to what he was saying. And on that note, as a matter of perspective, 25 years ago, I volunteered at the Orange County Animal Shelter for 4 or 5 years. At that time, it was not the Taj Mahal they have now. It was in the city of Orange by the block. There were about 300 kennels. 100 were always left empty in case there was a massive seizure, like from a cockfight or something. The other 200 kennels were always occupied, but I will tell you that in the 4 or 5 years that I was there, never, ever, ever did I see more than 1 dog in a kennel. Never, ever, ever. And with regard to dogs fighting over food, food is the #1 cause of dog fights. I never, ever, ever feed 2 dogs within proximity of each other, and generally do so in crates. So I have to comment on that note. So today I want to share with you a success story of our symbiotic relationship with the PAW Mission, who set up their mobile van on our premises, city premises at Chandler, for a minimum of 2 years. They have successfully created programs for low-cost spay neuter. They now have a storefront at a shopping center in Fontana, and they offer low-cost spay neuter at very great prices. They have a calendar of where they go. They have 2 full-time vets. They have 7 to 8 relief vets. They continue to use their mobile vet clinics. And I say to myself, how did they become so successful, and how is it that we have remained a complete failure? When we were gifted the mobile vehicle, we were gifted $300,000, we were gifted $200,000 for operating expenses, and we are stuck in the mud. And yet our symbiotic partner is achieving the dream that we were supposed to accomplish. How could we have failed so miserably? Well, for one thing, the metrics, in all fairness to you, the metrics have not been provided to you as they should have been. And it all comes back to this metrics in animal shelters. And here's what's happened for the last couple of years. 1 page was taken out of this book, 1 page, and you were provided with the numbers that best suited success, live animals. Well, when you have 25% of your animals coming in dead, that doesn't help. And then we figuratively screwed the pooch by sticking all these rescue groups with animals, and now they're going bankrupt.
Thank you, Mayor Martin. My name is Terry Boyd, as Executive Director of Project Fighting Chance. This has been a humbling 10 years, and as my 10 years starts to come to a close at Project Fighting Chance, we've had the opportunity to get a lot done. We continue to make a lot of national news, and it's exciting. And I wanted to bring to your attention some of the calls we've gotten from around the country, which basically gives credit to Sergeant Christopher Gray of the San Bernardino Police Department. If you have not seen the video of San Bernardino Police Department working with youth in the community at Project Fighting Chance, I'm going to encourage you to do that. I'm going to give you some of the cards that will take you to that website. I will encourage all my fellow residents of San Bernardino to go to projectfightingchance.org. Watch the video that has really captured a lot of attention about what's happening with regards to young people, how they feel about law enforcement, how they feel about their community, how they feel about their parks and recreation. It's pretty amazing to hear from other people in other cities around the United States about what they're saying about San Bernardino, which is very, very interesting. I also wanted to share, we have our Jabathon event that's coming up, our 10th annual, which is very exciting. Our goal is to have about 500 young people that have dealt with childhood trauma, bullying, abuse, stress, grief, to come in and work with our coaches on that day for 12 hours. And they get a chance to get a nice workout, get a chance to understand what we do at Project Fighting Chance, what we do to basically create champions. And I encourage you all, to invite you all down from November 22nd to come in and just top in. I know Councilman Sanchez has been at Jabathon a number of years. Yeah, we get a chance to work it out. But the other thing too, I wanted to send a thank you. The residents over on the west side, Nunez Park, Blue Compass Community Center, have experienced something that's been very exciting lately, and that's the repaving of the asphalt in the walk area. I know the parking lot will be repaved. There's a pride that is occurring with the residents on the west side as it relates to Nunez Park. And we're excited. And we also are excited about being able to do some things, maybe the makeover on that particular building as we get ready for more national attention. The cameras are going to be coming out about what's going on with young people in the community. But I want to encourage everyone, check out up the video that Sergeant Christopher Gray made from San Bernardino Police Department. It will inspire you, it will give you confidence in terms of what's going on in our city. And I can guarantee you, it will make you very proud of the youth that are growing up in this city to make a difference and to basically take over leadership at some point in time. So I want to share these with you. Thank you.
Or you could check out my police video too. It shows the opposite of good things.
Next speaker, please. Good evening.
Hi, my name is Stephanie Lenfesti. I'm a volunteer with the San Bernardino City Shelter. I am also work closely with rescues in the area, and I just have some points I'd like to bring up. In regards to accountability and training with the staff, paperwork errors such as mislabeling the sex of a dog or overlooking a microchip before euthanasia have serious consequences. Clear accountability and ongoing staff training are essential to prevent mistakes that cost lives. When kennel staff have downtime, their time should be shared between the main shelter and the satellite center, ensuring animals get more exercise and attention. In addition, we volunteers would like the opportunity to help by bringing dogs over to the satellite center so that they can get exercise and relieve kennel stress. This would not only benefit the dogs, but also make things easier on staff, since dogs that are less stressed are easier to handle and adopt out. For rescues, delays in pulling animals often happen simply because there's a delay at the gate because there's not enough kennel staff to help assist with the rescue pull. We either need more staff or a better system to run more efficiently. Neonatal care is also an issue. When newborn kittens are surrendered, it's critical that staff ensure they've been bottle fed and kept warm immediately. Some staff know this, but others don't, and kittens' life depends on feedings every 2 to 3 hours. Proper training and oversight are essential. An operational manager could help oversee kennel staff responsibilities. One of our longtime volunteers, who is respected by staff and rescues alike, has even offered to serve in this role. Also, the new shelter layout can be confusing. Clear signage directing visitors to kennels, adoption offices, and information desks would improve public access. I also have TV display screens currently set up in local businesses that highlight adoptable pets with photos, names, and a short description. I have already received a screen free of charge from the public and have committed to updating it myself each week. Unfortunately, a shelter manager has declined this offer. I believe displaying the adoptable animals inside the shelter would be a simple, no-cost way to encourage adoptions while people are waiting in line. I also recommend revamping the screening process when people adopt. Too often animals are returned to the streets, later becoming pregnant or injured, and then end up back at the shelter. With stronger screening, we can prevent animals from landing in the wrong hands and reduce repeat intakes. Rescues often struggle to get timely responses to emails. Our rescue coordinator is overwhelmed. Having someone filter urgent rescue requests would prevent delays in life-saving decisions. At the same time, rescues are exhausted by the daily deadline lists. The shelter is overwhelmed, but so are the rescues, who work tirelessly to save animals every single day. For that reason, I strongly recommend regular roundtable meetings between rescues and the shelter director. This would provide a collaborative space to exchange ideas.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Hello, good evening.
Good evening. My name is Todd Gordon. I'm your General Field Representative for the South Coast AQMD. It's a great day in San Bernardino. I would be remiss not to say that across the street from the chamber when I see the EV charging item on the agenda, which is not what I'm talking about. But it is a great day in San Bernardino because I'm here today to talk about $417 million the Air District has for bigger EV chargers that are on your agenda for heavy-duty semi-trucks, changing out electric semi-trucks from diesel, and also helping with electric cargo moving equipment, and even an electric switcher locomotive project. Saw Councilmember Flores at Omnitrans board this morning, and there's an EV truck and bus builder in Montana that was there, and they had vehicles that they're building here in the Inland Empire that are zero emission, and that applies to those. Invest Clean is the program. I've sent the flyers to your city manager, Mr. Kraus, and I'll send it to the council address as well through the clerk. That said, San Bernardino also has what? EV. If you haven't been there, I want folks to go swing by it at San Bernardino Orange Show
and the 215 freeway on E Street. We also have Green Lane that just came in and opened on the south side of the San Bernardino Auto Mall on the Colton side of Fairway. And we also have EV Realty that Mr. Levitt mentioned earlier, just broke ground this month on Mill Street, that the Air District also helped fund. San Bernardino Valley College is teaching the hydrogen, the electric, and the CNG semi-trucks. I'll be at Coffee Clash tomorrow with the San Bernardino Chamber with the flyers. If you have any businesses that want to talk, or we'll also go out to them. We also have folks that will be at Route 66, including me, and we'll talk to folks that work in the industry at Route 66 with a zero-emission demo car that is also related to Fairview Ford. AQMD not only will help you switch out those diesel semi-trucks, but will help you switch out your vehicle at Fairview Ford with our Replace Your Ride program and help folks get into an electric charger as well at the residences. The other is that this is good for the air, it's good for the city, and it's good for the health of the community, and it's good jobs. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other speakers?
No, there are no more speakers, and we've received written comments which have been distributed to the mayor and members of the city council for their review. These comments can also be found on our website attached to the agenda packet.
Thank you. We'll go ahead and move on to.
I have none, Mr. Member.
Okay, then I'll just go down the line here to see if any other council members have any items, or if you wish to pull any items from consent. Councilmember Ignore.
Card? Oh, let's see the police video.
Councilmember Sanchez.
Let's see the police videos.
Councilmember Ortiz.
No.
Let's see the police video.
Councilmember Flores.
Did you want to watch it?
No polls, but I will be abstaining on item number 6.
Do you want to watch the police video?
And Councilmember Sherman.
Do you want to watch the police video?
And I have none either.
I'll second.
When I see this, Were you in the meeting? Were you inside? Do you want to see the police video?
We're gonna put it on your website.
It's up there now, if you want to watch it.
Yeah, we have to understand, we live in a digital age now. This council lady over here thinks she can spin the truth like her former buddy, John Valdivia, and she's not gonna do it while I'm here.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with your issue,
Well,
but yeah.
I was in there speaking to it.
Yeah, well, yeah, I saw you.
I see it.
Yeah. All right, you guys. All right, I said my piece. I brought awareness to the city council and the mayor. They're probably just going to ignore it. But there it is. I passed out a few business cards. A few people going to go watch it and form their opinions. But in the meantime, I'm still gathering evidence. The next step is to get the body camera footage, which will tell a more complete story about the behavior of the police. It was ridiculous. So anyway, we're gonna probably wrap up this live stream. I hope you enjoyed my speech. I'm gonna cut that and post it, and then they said there was a problem with their YouTube stream, so we're gonna find a copy of the video. I think they have it on their website or something, and we'll post that too. Anyway, they've got a bunch of city items left to do. They're probably going to be there a couple more hours, and I'm not going to stick around for it. So, the guy was talking about EV charging stations. I guess they approved a budget item to install some EV charging stations. But anyway, I don't need to stick around for all that stuff. I guess there's a mayor pro tem. That was the lady that came and shook my hand earlier before the meeting started. Mayor Helen Tran was not present tonight. So she was Disneyland. Disneyland would have been a lot more fun. Yeah, this isn't fun at all. It's you know, spending my day doing this instead of something else. But by the way, if you like air shows, stay tuned. Friday, we're going to watch the U.S. Air Force Thunderbirds and the Canadian Forces Snowbirds at the Pacific Air Show in Huntington Beach. Friday, we'll be live streaming that one, so come back for that. If you like airplanes and air shows, I haven't been to an air show in a few years. I went to one air show once, and there was a fatal plane crash, and that was really shocking and traumatic to witness in front of me. And so ever since then, I've only been to one other air show since then. I've always wanted to go to this particular one because one year they had the Air Force Thunderbirds and the Blue Angels and the Snowbirds all in the same show. So it's going to be a beautiful weather in Huntington Beach on Friday. So that'll be starting at 9 or 10 o'clock-ish, probably till about 5 o'clock-ish. So that'll be a much more interesting video than this one. But I'm going to cut my speech out and post it as a separate video, and I'll find the city camera footage as well. We'll upload that of my speech, and hopefully it resonated with somebody out there. And for the next step, I've already submitted the FOIA request for the body camera footage, dash cam footage, any security camera footage in the area because it was at the DMV, and reports and et cetera, a bunch of stuff I requested. So I'm sure they're going to give me the runaround. I'll probably have to go get a court order or subpoena to get my hands on it, but I'm waiting for the response from that. But that's already been submitted, and we will get the body camera footage one way or the other. I'm going to get it. Is your autocorrect going haywire? Gonna be N9. Oh, the air show. Are there gonna be the helicopters, the Apaches? I'm not sure. Go to pacificairshow.com. I think that's their website, and it'll list all the performers. There aren't gonna be no Chinooks. Yeah, it's going to be fun. So I may have to make sure to wear my sunscreen and bring lots of water. So anyway, all right, we're going to wrap this one up. I'm hoping to get to the mall. I don't know what time they close. I got to get new pants for work because they're starting to wear out. But there's going to be skydivers. There's going to be I forget all the military aircraft that are going to be there. Not sure if there's going to be an F-22 or oh, that homeless guy is still yelling over here. He's still there screaming at the bench. He's still there. But anyway, all right, you guys are going to wrap this one up. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed my speech. And stay tuned. I'll be posting frequent updates as things progress. And I will share the body camera footage once I get my hands on it. And I'll put it all together in a nice package, and so you can see everything that happened, and we'll go from there. So thanks for watching, everybody. Get out there, explore your world, avoid DUI checkpoints, always record the police interactions, and stand up for your rights. All right, everybody? He must be having a good fun. He's yelling. He's angry at the Invisible Man. He's angry at him. So we'll see you next time, everybody.